You asked for it, so here it is, part 2 of the creepiest animatronics never covered by Fastpass Facts. Get ready for a parade of animatronic trees that, let's be honest, didn't want to be creepy, but unfortunately ended up that way. All the way to some uncanny animatronic nightmares. Ollie Oak. Alright, so in our previous video we talked about one of McDonald's weirdest and most terrifying shows, the animatronic Ronald McDonald. But believe it or not, that's not the scariest animatronic McDonald's has ever created. And trust me, they have quite a few, like the infamous Mac Tonight. This time, the corporate geniuses at McDonald's came up with the bright idea of creating a hamburger tree. It's almost like they were trying to convince us that their hamburgers were healthy, like fruit or something. I don't know, it's just weird. This tree was only installed in a few locations, and the footage, as you can see, looks like it was shot on the first Nokia ever made. The burgers hanging from the branches are actually pretty cool, but the face on Ollie the tree is absolutely terrifying. Plus, there's the fact that it's squashed against the wall and it gives off some seriously creepy vibes, like something straight out of The Thing or Alien. The tree's whole gimmick was that it sang about all the burgers you could eat, but the creepiest part was its voice. It sounded like a zombie tree, and my theory is that it started as a regular apple tree until Ronald McDonald infected it with burger parasites, kinda like the cordyceps fungus from The Last of Us. That's why the tree doesn't speak or move its mouth. It's the burgers that have taken control and are speaking through it, hence the weird voice. It's a pretty creepy backstory, but honestly, the animatronic itself justifies it. No one really knows what happened to these trees, but it's safe to say that it's one of McDonald's strangest animatronics. As terrifying as it was, I'd give anything for McDonald's to bring back these kinds of things to their restaurants. Nowadays, it's impossible to see anything like this. Everything is just so minimalistic and generic. They've lost all that cool 90s style they once had. Duck Squad, if you're enjoying the video, please drop a comment saying part 3, and don't forget to leave a like, it helps us out a ton. Plus, in case you didn't know, my girlfriend Lilybell is about to join the real world. If you're as excited as I am, let me know in the comments, and remember, I always quack back. Potato Animatronic. This next animatronic is hard to categorize as either creepy or cute. It's tough to decide. At first glance, you think, what an adorable little potato, but then something feels off, and that uncanny valley sensation kicks in. The realistic texture and expression somehow make it unsettling and a little creepy. I know it's a bit hypocritical for an animatronic like me to say that another animatronic is scary, especially since for some strange reason, I scare a few people too. But most of you tell me I'm adorable, so I'm not too sad about it. Anyway, I'm getting off track here. This cute yet creepy animatronic was created by Ben Bayeth, a talented and multifaceted creative artist. He's a director, writer, sculptor, and best of all, an animatronic creator with an impressive portfolio, from series like The Boys to music videos. That's where this potato comes from. Ben made this animatronic for Tierra Whack's music video, Unemployed. In the video, we see the little potato watching in terror as other potatoes are destroyed, waiting for its turn to be mashed. In another part, the little potato is even singing. Then comes the truly terrifying part. All these potatoes are being served to a giant cannibalistic potato. This puppet is both terrifying and super cool, making our potato look like an absolute cutie. With that plot twist, we just had to include this potato on our list. Ben Bayeth's work is incredible, so if you're not following him on Instagram yet, do it now, or I'll send that giant potato to your house. Segment. Half ChuckECheese. Alright, it's pretty typical that in any list of animatronics, you'll see entries from Showbiz Pizza or ChuckECheese, whether it's abandoned animatronics or some with, let's say, questionable designs like the ones we're about to see. But no one ever talks about this mechanical nightmare, half ChuckECheese. For those with automatonophobia, this animatronic is pure terror since one side shows the character's outer design, while the other exposes all the moving components underneath. Yep, just like how I'd look if you saw me without my cosmetics on. Didn't expect to see me like this, did you? Did I scare you a bit? But why does this animatronic look like this? Did it get damaged or broken? Nope, it was specifically designed this way to showcase the internal mechanics of the animatronic figures used in the restaurants. One half of ChuckECheese is fully covered, while the other half reveals the internal parts, giving viewers an educational look at its operation. This special animatronic was installed at the Foothill College Electronics Museum in San Jose, California around 1982. When the museum closed in 2003, it was transferred to History San Jose, and in 2017, they started restoring it since many components had stopped working. The last update we have is from 2020, so for now, we can rest easy knowing it's still there. If you live near History San Jose or know someone who does, ask them to check on this animatronic and send us a DM on Insta or email. We'd love to get an update on this legendary animatronic. Now let's move on to an animatronic that has been covered by many channels, but never by us. The infamous Uncle Clunk. Many people label Uncle Clunk based solely on his unusual design, and we have to admit, it's a bit unsettling. We get why he's on so many lists of creepy animatronics. But the truth is, Uncle Clunk was actually one of the most ambitious animatronics of his time. Created by Aaron Fechter as a wacky talk show host, Clunk was way ahead of his era. To give you an idea of how advanced this animatronic was, he had more than double the movement actions of other creative engineering animatronics. This advanced design allowed him to do complex actions like picking up a telephone or even grabbing a banana from a conveniently placed fruit basket. His stage setup included a guest chair, a side table with props, and a backdrop with a portrait of his mother and an animatronic cuckoo clock. Originally, Clunk's voice was done by Jeff Claude Howell, but over time the voice changed. Very few versions of Uncle Clunk were made, rumored to be around 50, and the idea was for him to be a special traveling guest. Staying at one location for a while, reception was mixed. Some found him amazing, while others thought he was creepy and strange. In 1984, after the merger between ChuckECheese's Pizza Time Theater and Showbiz Pizza, most of the Clunks were repurposed for other projects. For example, one was transformed into Orwell, a robot you control, where half of the cosmetics were removed to show the internal mechanics, allowing guests to interact with his movements. Another project introduced Uncle Pappy, a Clunk-like character with added features like glasses and a beard, who performed short songs and gave advice. Over time, Uncle Clunk faded away, but today, thanks to some dedicated fans, we can still find some of these animatronics. One pristine Uncle Clunk even resides in Switzerland at Dream Factory in Degersheim. So, what do you think of Uncle Clunk? Impressive or creepy? Tracy Tree, Rainforest Cafe. This is one of my favorite animatronics from Rainforest Cafe, right up there with the submechanophobia-inducing nightmare that is the crocodile. A lot of you requested that we include her in this video, and while she's unintentionally creepy, she definitely deserves a spot on this list. But before we dive into why, let's talk a bit about Tracy. She was created as a part of the Rainforest Cafe's animatronic cast by UC Fab International, a company that specializes in crafting lifelike animatronics for themed environments. Although Tracy doesn't have a specific backstory, she acts as a sort of storyteller, delivering messages about environmental preservation, rainforest ecosystems, and the importance of caring for the earth. She's meant to embody the wisdom and spirit of the rainforest. Sounds sweet, right? But this tree? Oh, she's fueled plenty of childhood nightmares. Think about it. That unblinking, almost too human face, the surprise lectures about saving the planet, and the stormy, dark atmosphere of the cafe. It's no wonder people feel like Tracy's got her eyes on them, and not just the rainforest. TRex, Sally Corp. This animatronic holds a special place in our hearts because my dad, Sauko, told me that for years this animatronic was stuck in his head. He couldn't remember where it came from or who made it. When he was a kid, he visited the now retired Ripley's Museum in San Antonio, Texas, and saw something incredible at the entrance, a gigantic T-Rex animatronic. Its design was amazing, with oddly cartoonish yet realistic proportions and massive teeth that made it absolutely terrifying. Years later, when we launched this channel and started digging into animatronics, we discovered Sally Corp, an amazing company that creates dark rides and animatronics all around the world. We've done lots of videos about them, and during one of our research sessions, we saw a tour of Sally Corp's facilities. And then, bam, there it was, that T-Rex. It felt like finding a lost piece of mental media. Sally Corp created these dinosaurs in the late 90s for attractions like Ripley's Museum, Jurassic Golf, Wall Drug, and Voyage to the Center of the Earth. In total, they made 15 of these incredible animatronics. The design, as I mentioned, is impressive and intimidating due to its sheer size. Just check out this video and tell me, if you were standing next to this animatronic, wouldn't you feel both awestruck and a little terrified? Sally still has a version of this animatronic in their facility, and it's fully functional. We added it to the list because it's a formidable and terrifying animatronic, made by one of our favorite companies, Sally Corp. Donald Trump Animatronic. Alright, we're not here to talk politics. Today we just want to show you one of the ugliest animatronics that Disney has ever made, the Donald Trump Animatronic. And yes, we know the real-life model isn't exactly known for his good looks, but honestly, this thing is out of this world. I think Trump might prefer his 34 felony counts over having to be represented by this animatronic nightmare. This horror debuted in December 2017, sparking both laughter and outrage among its fans and critics alike. There's an unconfirmed theory that Disney initially thought Hillary Clinton would win the presidency, and went ahead with an animatronic based on her. But after Trump's unexpected victory, they had to rework and modify the animatronic, which left it looking, well, like this. It's a pretty wild rumor, but who knows, there might be some truth to it. Without a doubt, it's one of the most unsettling animatronics out there. But in my opinion, and I'm entitled to my opinion, it suits the personality and moral quality of the model. Singing Sam. We're headed to South Dakota to check out one of the creepiest animatronics we've ever seen. Our friend Peter from Theme Park Crazy recently made a video on the scariest animatronics, and this one took the top spot. So you know it's genuinely terrifying. Got this video if you haven't already. Singing Sam is a coin-operated gorilla that plays the piano and sings. His most famous version used to reside alongside our favorite T-Rex, whom we'll call Freddy, from earlier in the list. Located at Wall Drug in South Dakota, a place full of surprises, including Singing Sam, who was installed there back in 1980. This gorilla stirred quite a debate due to his unsettling design, and over the years, he deteriorated to the point where he looked like a terrifying mechanical zombie. Pure nightmare fuel. Honestly, this is one of the scariest animatronics that ever operated, earning him a reputation in the community as one of the most unsettling. Sadly, for many fans, Singing Sam was eventually replaced with a more modern and less creepy version. However, other versions of Singing Sam are still out there, like the one in 1880 Cowboy Town in Buffalo Ridge, South Dakota, which is better preserved. This gorilla is absolutely terrifying, and that's coming from me with all my exposed mechanics. What do you think? That's all for now. If you want to see more rare and creepy animatronics, drop a part 3 in the comments, or check out this playlist with the creepiest animatronics. And a huge thank you to Will Engel for narrating this video and helping me have a voice.
Oh, you're so welcome, Walt.